Hi, everyone. Professor Sackett-Taylor here, just finishing up week 1 and looking forward to week 2. I thought I might make a video about how you should be accessing these graph builders and how you get credit for them so that you can stay on top of the assignments that you need to complete in order to reach your course grade goal. So here I'm sharing my screen with you, opened to our MindTap course. And you'll see that this week we are on chapters 4 and 5, part 2, how markets work. Now, there are a couple of ways for you to find these graph builders. If you want to be sure that you're looking for each graph builder, you can actually look here under the space for interactive book, and you'll see this little pull down menu that says view 8 activities. When you pull that down, these are the graph builders. And you'll see, so for chapter 4, there are 8 graph builders that I want you to interact with. You can click directly here to go right to the page where the graph builder is. So here is the first graph builder, right? This is one way to get directly to it. Or while you're in the interactive textbook, you can just start by clicking on the interactive textbook and it will bring you right to the beginning of that chapter, right? So if we click back on the page, let's see here. Here's this chapter introduction. And as I'm reading, reading, just be sure that you're looking. These are all interactive things that you can work through. But the ones that are really important here are going to be these graphs. So here's your first graph builder, right? Here's a concept clip that's going to tell you about the law of demand, because now in this figure, they're building the demand schedule. So how do you interact with this graph builder? Well, so you'll see that there are 3 options here. There's graph, see the graph built step by step, and build the graph yourself. In order to get credit for this graph builder, you have to click on all 3 things. So here you see the graph built out. Then you can see the graph built step by step. So they're going to show you how. There are actually 6 steps here. And they're going to plot point by point and connect them with a line to build the demand schedule. So they're going to show you now what happens when there's a decrease in price and how we would read that graph. And so we've finished all 6 steps. See, the 6 is highlighted here. So now we can build the graph yourself. So you'll click here and I'll say, okay, consider the following demand schedule, plot the demand curve for slices of pizza. So I've got a price of $1 and a quantity demanded of 7. So I need a point. Well, first, actually, it looks like I have to draw the graph. So I'm gonna draw in my graph. I can draw in my numbers, 1, 2, so on and so forth, right? This is like using the whole tool to start from scratch. And as I'm doing it, this is quantity. Sorry, I'm on a weird mouse pad, and this is price. 4. Oh boy. So you can see I understand that this takes a little while to get used to, but here I'm clicking inside of it. And what's helpful is that in order to get credit here, you got to be able to show the correct graph. So it's showing me, this is how my graph turned out. It wasn't so good. This is a correct graph of someone who would have, actually completed it. You can click for a full explanation of where these points should be. Now, this is the important part. You have to click here, I'm done, submit. This is what gives you credit for these graph builders. You've actually got to interact with them and click, because I can see where you've clicked and where you haven't clicked. So as you're going through, you just got to be sure, oh, here's another graph. Anywhere they're going to be in blue, but you can always check yourself by making sure that you have gone through and you've clicked on every graph builder here in this list under the interactive textbook. So you actually have to click in, move your mouse around, try some things, show that you've read the things, and then click submit for it to register on my end as being done. And so you'll see here that for me, oops, the Wi-Fi here, is that here on these analytics, I can look at these graph builders, right? Here's graph builder 2A4 from chapter 2, and I can see that only 27% of you actually interacted with it. And when I click on here, I can actually see who interacted and who didn't, who clicked a number of times. I can see your responses and all of that. So again, I'm not necessarily looking for a correct response, but I am looking for interaction. I'm looking to see that you've clicked inside of those interactive graphs. You know, these are going to be really helpful for you for completing the homework. So for those of you, many of you said that your goal is to earn an A in this class. That means you've got to do the graph builder for all the graph builders for every single chapter. So if you're rethinking this now and you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of work, I don't know if I have the time to do this interaction for every chapter, maybe you want to consider revising your course grade goal. That's up to you. All you have to do is email me and talk about it. If you're still having some issues grasping how you get these graph builders done or how you interact with them, just shoot me an email or schedule a quick Zoom check-in with me. But I hope this helps to kind of point you to the direction where you should be looking for those graph builders, especially as we come up. Chapter 4, it looks like, right, I said has 8 graph builders, and chapter 5 has 4 graph builders. So here's a place to check, you know, how many you've done. All right, that's it for now. If you have any questions, I'm here to help you. See you next time.